you might not be coming back to life, but it's going to be close to it, especially when it comes to AI. We've got a killer show for you today, and we're going to show you how to break free after some of the most intense experiences of life. So hang tight. This show's for you. Welcome to Get a Vibe. I'm Nick Smith. I'm 50 years old. I'm adapting to AI after 2 decades in sales and personal development. I've interviewed hundreds of thought leaders, written courses and books, and now I'm learning to code and build with AI in public. No degree, no polish, just real. And today I'm sitting with Anthony Haddad, a performance-driven operator who 10x'd the Diamond family. Is that right? Helped take anchor rides to 8 figures and posted 121-time ROAS on fintech, all after surviving a near-fatal surgery at 23 and a string of major injuries. We're digging into life equity, how AI systems can scale your business while protecting your health, time, and relationships. By the end of this show, you'll have a roadmap to replace chaos with automation and move from burnout to sustainable growth. So massive welcome to Anthony. Good to have you here.
My pleasure.
Tell me a little bit about your story. Let's go back here to that. Is that where you got your launch? Was that near-death experience?
Well, it's kind of been like a crazy ongoing experience, but definitely some abnormal stuff at the age of 23, which was like diverticulitis, ruptured colon, perforated colon, had to have my intestines removed around 23, and then things just kept happening, to be honest. I mean, this is all metal from here to there. Torn ACL, MCL, LCL, meniscus, got rear-ended, hit and ran, broke my back.
My word. Yeah, everything hit at once, right?
Well, yeah, it kind of goes up and then comes down. And then I reinvent myself and grow from it, try to take some lessons from it. But ultimately, I mean, stuff happens. All this stuff wasn't stuff that I necessarily did anything wrong. Yeah, but it happened, and you just I've learned how to rebuild better, or even be grateful for some of these things. Sometimes it's really the only attitude you can kind of have, and the business reflects me in a lot of ways. So as I rebuild myself, or basically rebuild myself, I also rebuild the businesses as well.
Yeah. Now, have you always been in marketing?
Yeah, pretty much. I worked for 3 publicly traded companies by the time I was 23. The third was CBS TV. And then in 2009, I just knew I wanted to sell whatever worked, not just one TV station. So I started yummymarketing.com.
Okay.
But yeah.
And Yummy is your primary right now. Is that correct?
It's the oldest and has been around for the longest. But the AI company is starting to definitely catch up to that very, very quickly.
Let's play there for a minute. So tell me about that. When did you get introduced to AI? When did you start using it?
I got introduced to AI after doing the whole run with anchorrides.com. Yummy was growing, doubling in size. Okay. I was the chief marketing officer of anchorrides.com, CEO Zach Hadroff. And that thing was going crazy. And I had a real estate niche called Realtor Ninjas. Everything was growing at once, and stuff just happened. And I was like killing it, but killing myself. And I know that most entrepreneurs can relate to this. They usually don't talk about it, but that's what was going on. And it was just, I was in a machine for like a year. I was like, dude, I need to figure out a way to have more money, more time, and less stress and less work.
Yeah.
It started there as a curious thing. And then boom, I made a big investment in a couple courses, and then a couple accelerated courses. And I've been on it all day.
Did you get into it around 2022? When ChatGPT started launching, or were you in it before that?
It's been at least 3 years.
Okay.
ChatGPT was around.
Yeah.
But everyone wasn't using it at that point. That was like when it just kind of released and they had a bunch of users and whatnot. But really, I got into AI as a survival tool.
Yeah. Okay.
is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
You were dying, basically. It's like
Not dying, but I was not gonna be able to keep doing what I needed to do
the
and wanted to do.
pace.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's exact. It's. Have you ever seen Limitless with Bradley
Uh-huh.
Cooper?
Yeah.
That's what it's like every day waking up. It's just like
Just go, go, go. So how do you use it to kind of because you talk about 10x and 121xing and all this and without context it's hard to quantify that, but people can quantify time,
yes.
and so when you look at how much time did AI give you and how do you use it to kind of multiply yourself, as a multiplier of you?
Oh, so important. And
Yeah.
this is my school community. It's free for life right now, but there's over 15 free courses in there right now. One of them is called the TE Talks. It's a keynote speech I did in Tampa with my good buddy Jay Feldman.
Yeah.
Absolute rock star, by the way. But I talk about the chief executive human role. Okay. That's the goal. It's not to be a CEO necessarily, because that model is failing miserably. 90% of businesses fail because of cash flow.
Okay.
And that's because you're paying a bunch of C-level executives. Okay. And now all we're going to do is this. We're going to still have that CEO, but he's going to think like a chief executive human.
Right.
We're going to have some people, but those people are going to be managing trained AI agents and bots. And that's really what ChatGPT is. People need to go to Explore GPT. You got 150 IQ accountant, SOP writers. Everything you couldn't hire is right there for free.
Yeah.
And they're trained. Those are your new employees. Train those, hand them off to your employees. Oh my God, what did we just do? Now you can have 50 employees.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like for a guy like me, where I've done a lot of my work, I built a full training program, a 12 Journeys training program. And it's been, a lot of effort. Prior to AI, it was all manual, and then AI comes along and now I'm able to duplicate myself and do so much more, creating GPTs. And now I'm working on agents and coding. And so the world is just opening up as far as, me doubling me. And I love the idea of a chief executive human. I want you to explain that a little bit more to me, what you mean by that. So I know what a CEO is, but can you go into that?
Yeah. If I could share my screen, I could definitely show you more, but I can surely explain it to you.
You bet. There's a little square on the bottom of the screen with a plus in it. Do you see that?
Yeah. Let me see where I have it.
Share it. I'll pull it up online here. But it's interesting that, the old models, essentially everything we've done in business, in creation is changing.
Yes.
And I sat with a gentleman yesterday who's a programmer for IBM, and he was showing me how he was the coding now. And he's been a programmer for about 20 years, coder for about 20 years. And he's so excited about this. He's like, this is such a game changer. It's like this stuff that we've sat on forever, we can finally build, It's like, it's amazing.
Yep. I'll tell you what, though, that might change for them pretty quickly. Their opinion on it might change, but not really. You're good for a couple of years, but there's a big difference between like the proprietary fully agentic code that's being built and then where like guys like us can kind of catch up with those coders.
Right.
Like a creative guy who's really good at prompt engineering.
Yeah.
And has great vision can now go to market for a couple $1,000 and in 7 days. Yeah. And be really good.
Yeah. I've been diving into vibe coding and, it's just completely shifted. Things that I couldn't have built for, less than 10, 20 grand, I'm building in minutes for free.
Yeah.
Pretty cheap. I pay for my programs, obviously, but
what kind of stuff you building?
So I build, I've done sales forever. So I'm building sales applications and then mindset applications. So I have conversational AIs that I'm turning into apps that are web-based apps. that instead of having to go into Chat GPT to talk to it, you just go online and talk to it. And it's backloaded by Chat GPT. So it's got an API to it. But I've learned how to prompt it in such a way that it's conversational, just like you and I are right now. You wouldn't even be able to tell it's not a human.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let me see if I can show you this.
And I like the idea. We're going to go probably 30 minutes today. You mentioned that you do that on your show.
Yeah.
And feel free to drop a link in the private chat, and I'll pull it up on the banner here for you.
This
your
link?
Website.
The school.
For Yummy. And
honestly, the best way to get me is like this on Instagram.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I'll send you guys the school if that's cool with you.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. Please share.
And
perfect. Got it. And that's your Instagram handle right there?
Yes. Anthony AI Marketing.
Yeah, I'm going to drop that in here.
All right. So you see my screen?
I do. Yep.
All right. So it's just time to think differently.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. On the left, we have number one, before we even look at the org chart, let's look at the end results. Average small business brings in $72,000 a year, and 9 out of 10 of them fail due to cash flow problems or inefficiency. Now let's look at what it takes to pay these people. You have the CEO, you have VPs, you have CMO, director of sales, a whole bunch of people below them, and a whole bunch of people below them. Payroll's $1 million off right when we get out of the gate, and most of these people are making $72K a year. So makes no surprise that 9 out of 10 are failing. On the right side, we need a chief executive human. Obviously, is a person, but thinks differently.
Got it. That makes sense. Yeah.
He's training AI agents, and he's training a couple C-level executives, or maybe 5 to 10 humans to begin with, that can manage 10 to 50 agents each human.
Yeah.
1/10 of the cost, way better output. And when you just have them face off, we talked about cash flow. We talked about the revenue. This CEO was working 62 to 70 hours a week. Cited stats, 70% of them are burnt out, if not all of them. 90% of startups fail. Of course, they're going to fail if even the big boys fail. And the new model, you're talking about a 30 to 70% cost cutting.
Yeah.
Reduces the task time by 90%, 74%. It reduces burnout. I can definitely say that myself. And the output per employee 2 to 3x's, and accuracy is better. So those are pretty staggering stats.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing in that is, let me pull you back. I lost him here. So we'll see if he jumps back on, but somehow I lost him on the screen. But that's shocking, because what I'm seeing with people and when it comes to AI, here we go. We brought you back, dude. We lost you. I'm like, did I kick him out? What's cool about that model is, and this is where it's a little scary for people. Maybe you can help with this. Is a lot of people are concerned about losing their job to AI. And I'm one of those that I refuse to be replaced by a prompt. And essentially right now, I had another guest on, Joy Miller, and she works for Neuralseek, and they do large, enterprise AI development. And, she talks about that AI is really just high end or super complex copy and pasting is what she calls it. It's kind of ridiculous how it works. So you're pasting in, and then it creates an output, and then you're moving back and forth on that. But essentially that's what's going to replace jobs and it's not necessarily that the AI is going to replace the jobs. It's that the people that are using it are going to replace the jobs. And so when you look at what you're presenting here, that the CEH, right, the chief executive human, and that makes sense because it's a human behind it, is now managing AI employees rather than standard employees. And this is where I think people get afraid, is they feel like they're going to lose their job to a more effective, cheaper version of them that's now AI, right? What is your view on that? Do you have a thought there?
They are.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, somewhat, but the whole idea is to learn it.
Yeah.
Is to learn it. Some will, including me.
Yeah.
Including me in a lot of ways. And I knew that right away. I was like, oh my God, marketers, we're screwed. As soon as I started realizing this, I'm like, this can, right? It can do everything we want to do.
Yeah.
So I think that, and there's a good part to this. I know you don't want to hear that. I know you don't want to hear that.
I think we're going to see, right?
But if you don't tell the truth,
yeah,
you're not helping people. I have spent 3 years posting content. My school has been free, 100%, just to educate and help people. Yeah. So that they would just log in one day or do it. And you know what? It works. People now are like, dude, this is, thank God, awesome. So glad I met you. Yeah. But here's the thing. You're right. You got it. In the workforce, you definitely want to learn it. It's not a threat. It's a cheat code. And it's very free. It's very cost effective right now. And I think people are intimidated by it. But I will tell you this. Not only do we coach them and teach them how to use it and empower it in our stuff, we are hiring way more people. Yeah. Way more people. I hired more people this week than I have in the last 6 months to 12 months because the demand is there. Yeah. And we're able to help more people. So I hate to say it like that. I'm just saying that, like, I don't want it to come off like, oh, we're replacing people, but those people that are at the top of that lineup, that's who we want to be. Yeah. And that's who we want to be able to learn how to use those things at minimum. Doesn't have to be anything crazy or whatever, but just don't let it keep riding by you. And that's the people that I don't feel bad about. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. You look at the internet when it came out, 1993, I think is when the websites were introduced, and it was foreign and everybody thought this is just a strange idea, that we're going to move online. And now everybody has a website, right? Mm-hmm. When cars came out, everybody was worried that cars are going to fundamentally change the horse industry or the carriage industry, or electricity people that put lamps up or, lit the lamps, they put them out of business, but look how we've adapted. And so one of my favorite quotes is by Charles Darwin. And it's not survival of the fittest or the most intelligent. It's survival of the most adaptable to change. And AI is one of those things that is, I read a quote the other day. It's as important as, I don't know, fire, right? Yeah. As electricity. Like, this is going to change everything. And we don't even know what kind of jobs it's going to create or what opportunities are going to look like yet. But I'm with you. Let's jump. We can go down this rabbit hole if you want. Like, because there's a lot of things that I've learned a lot of things from, I've been on calls with Walter O'Brien. Yeah. There's a TV show about him. It's called Scorpion. Check it out. He's got an IQ higher than Einstein. He's worked for 7 presidents. Crazy shit. Yeah. Crazy shit, and like, all types of stuff. But I also have, like, my definite fears about AI. Number one, I mean, we're going to become dependent on it. And it's for sure already downloaded our subconscious, Google, Facebook. We've already downloaded our entire subconscious. For sure. And it shapes the children, all that. But the next era of this stuff, they talk about all the electricity and how we're going to have to use all the electricity on AI. Well, that means we're in the system. Right. Next thing you know, we have Neuralinks. And so from a humanitarian standpoint, I think the conversation is very different. From a spiritual standpoint, my conversation standpoint, is a little bit different. I don't know what we're dealing with here. And anybody that thinks that they do or is lying, and the gloves are off. Yeah. I think with that, the whether it's used for good or evil,
Just like anything, cars can be used for good or evil, right? Computers can be used for good or evil. AI can be used for good or evil. And so I think it really comes down to how we choose to use it individually and the impact we choose to make with it. Me personally, I want to make sure that I'm creating things that are going to help people in their lives. So I've always dealt with mindset, how to rewrite your narrative and your story. And so I tend to focus on applications that create that, but also efficiency in sales, like CRMs and being able to track information. It's unbelievable what it can do there.
We gotta have a powwow one time after this. And
yeah, we will.
Yeah.
I created an application, a GPT, for valuing in the RV industry, RVs, and finding comps online. What usually takes people hours is now taking just a couple of minutes, 5 to 10 minutes to find accurate comps, And so it's just fundamentally changing how I approach, conversations with people, how I sell. I can load up a notebook LM with 300 sources. And for me to digest 300 sources would take 6 months to a year to digest that much information. I could put it in a notebook and have like full on conversations with it,
Oh man, it's
unreal.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
It is powerful. And the cool part about it is you can help people.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, a money grab this, money grab that. That's the coolest part about it. It's like, look what I can do for you in 48 hours, or look what I just was able to accomplish.
Yeah.
So quickly. And like, we're hiring more people now, and that's exactly what I do. When I bring them on, we train it.
Yeah.
We get everything into Google Drive first, train that baby up, and then we'll turn it into a custom GPT for that employee to use. They're supported. They're able to hit the ground running. They're making more money. We're hiring more people, filling more calendars.
Right. Yeah.
So
how are you doing marketing with AI? How has that affected your marketing and outreach? Because I think that's a big challenge for any organization is getting eyeballs on your product or service, and so how has AI shifted marketing for you?
Definitely my personal brand, I had to shift from the yacht guy and all that stuff to the AI guy. And it's just, I just told myself shamelessly, I'm going to start posting. If you look ridiculous, just do it. And then I got clone. I got really good at my clone.
Yeah.
So I've started doing some personal branding. I also.
Wait, am I interviewing your clone right now?
No, but you could be. Now I do chat agents, voice agents, and I do human clone agents where I can actually take the CEO and download their brain to it, and it'll talk to you as a conscious human being.
Yeah, see, and that's amazing.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And there's some cool tools out there for that, like 11 Labs is really good. HeyGen.
11 Labs.
Yeah.
I use 11 Labs. I use HeyGen.
Yeah.
And then partnered with a couple other companies on some of the like human stuff. But
yeah.
I mean, overall, I just got in at the right time. I think there's a lot of people that work really hard for a really long time. They're not in the right vehicle. And I speak from experience.
Yeah.
Everything I've learned the hard way. From experience. All the emotions, I just never gave up. And I stay ahead, like keep learning. But AI is just a great vehicle. It's the right time. And so timing had a lot to do with it. Personal branding, my outbound strategy, which I also have my own podcast, and then the community just lit fire.
Yeah. So if you were to talk to somebody that's just jumping in, they see this video and they're just getting introduced to AI, where would you tell them to start?
I honestly think the community is a great place. There's literally some great stuff, but here's what I would say outside of that. Stop the Netflix, watch the YouTube stuff. You watch YouTube, get that on there. Trade in the Netflix for the YouTube. Number 2 is learning a few tools, and I definitely would share a couple of them. It depends if they are a business owner or if there's somebody who wants to make money. Just like, because like I have things in there like make $100 an hour, make 1,000 reels in an hour. There's a lot of different things. It just depends where people are at. But I think getting into a community, even if it's not ours, is a good idea. And then just constantly following YouTube and Instagram pages.
Yeah.
So
that's me. I follow Matt
yeah.
Wolf and Tech with Tim, and you know, and I'm really nerding out on this, you know, because I just want to learn everything I can about it. And what's crazy is the amount of information. I love information. The amount that's available. It's like nothing is off the table right now. And it's so cheap. The barrier to entry is so low that anybody can access it. Even if you had a free GPT account or a Gemini account, it's really accessible, which is amazing to me. I don't know if it'll stay that way long term, but I hope so. That's why I stay in the Google world, is because most of their stuff has been free through history, you know. And so I tend to play with Gemini and Firebase and Cursor, Angular. You know, these are some of the programs that I'm using, but I'm a beginner when it comes to this stuff.
Have you messed with Lovable?
No, because I've played more on Firebase. That's where I'm building my apps right now.
I haven't done Firebase.
Firebase is pretty sick. Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah. And then Cursor will go even further. I just, the gentleman I met with the other day was talking about Claude Sonnet 4.5. We built an app out, him and I, in 20 minutes, fully functioning app using AI. And it was insane. It was conversational. It was everything I was looking for. I want to honor your time. I know we're at 28 minutes here. Is there anything else you want to cover in this episode? I know this is a quick one for me.
You know, not really. Just stay connected.
Yeah.
You know, I respect you for doing this, and you seem like a great guy who just loves what he's doing. And I think, you know, the premise behind the show is not to be replaced by a prompt. And I think you're a perfect example of getting out there and people just realizing, like, dude, we're just normal dudes. And in fact, if there was one thing I could tell anybody, is the way to learn anything in AI is prompt chaining, which is just asking a bunch of questions. Don't go to it like Google and just say, hey, give me this. It's almost like the more dumb you are, the better you are at AI. That's what I tell people. Just be dumb. Just be dumb, and you'll be a genius. And they say that the future belongs to the people who know how to ask the most questions and the best questions. Yeah. So you're doing everything, and that's, if I had to leave anything, you want to become an AI expert, learn prompt engineering and prompt chaining. And really all that is just asking a bunch of questions. Don't assume who your audience is. Don't assume what their pain points are. And then once you get it all unraveled and you uncover that genius, because it's there to please you, then you can fire away with, here's my end task, and you'll be shocked. And cool. That's what I'd have to leave you with.
That's awesome. Yeah. And this is unique for me to go this short. Like, I could keep going, you know, I've got a lot of energy for this, but we're going to keep it short here. And, but I love this because that prompt chaining, just getting good at questions. If you're starting out, just start, you know, that's the thing. Take that first step and get me some information on your school. I'll post it on the Get a Vibe website. And I think you already did in your bio.
I'm going to send it to you really quick. I'll do another one some other time. We can get another one going. I enjoyed talking to you. Yeah. Just got a mom who just got out of the hospital and ICU and stuff. It's a long story. Don't get me started. It's a 4-month deal.
Well, dude, to go from what you faced to you know, working with AI, it really is a game changer. It's doubling who you are. It's multiplying who you are. And so let's go ahead and wrap up there. You know, for those that are watching, if you're new to this, make sure you subscribe at Get a Vibe on YouTube. So we got a channel there. You can go to getavibe.com and we have all the resources there. So I'm going to put your school on the website as a free resource. Okay.
Yeah, that's totally cool.
And make sure you follow Anthony on Instagram. You know, I've got that posted there. So appreciate you guys. Go make it a great day. Get your vibe on, and I'll see you in the next video.
Pleasure to meet you, Nick. Thank you for your time.
Man. Take care.
See you, brother.